Well, I was wondering what the issues were. Turns out that there are some technical issues. What a way to kick off a new season of hockey than by having your esteemed partner for the league have technical issues. What a lovely thing to see to kick things off. So, guess what? I'm gonna have to until they sort it out. Luckily, I know how to actually handle things this time. We'll try. We'll hope that it'll actually eventually work. Maybe, but and maybe I can watch something else in the meantime. We're already off to a dumpster fire of a start. What a lovely thing to see. Definitely a lovely thing to see. Also, didn't help that the Ghost Fires didn't have a road feed either. See how long it takes for them to sort this out. This is why this is why I've been saying they need to move on from Flow. Like ASAP. They can't keep getting away with it. They need to find a better partner. Why don't they go partner with Peacock? It's way more reliable. But we're gonna try to do what we can with what we got here. I'll have to try to keep track of it through the good old fashioned website stuff. Hmm. I think I might be able to get away with it if I make use of the road audio. I think making use of the road audio. I think they should have an audio thing for the Ghost Pirates while they get these technical difficulties sorted out. So that's what I'm gonna try doing here. I ch- it's a perfect way for me to start making use of my new set of audio cords. I had one plugged into my main laptop. This one's plugged into the other laptop. They're longer. They have a longer reach. So the Ghost Pirates use Mixler. Oh yeah, that's right. Pirates don't have a road feed for this one. Maybe I can make do with a. Maybe I can find a way to translate it. Okay, of course. So, yeah, I'm just screwed out of luck for audio. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. But in case you were wondering what kind of game where this was, I've been saying for a while that they needed to move on from Flow. And guess what? They're just proving me right. That's what I don't like. Oh, never mind. They might have gotten it sorted out. It looks like they may have managed to get it sorted out. Yay! We got video. One thing I am for sure not gonna do is rely on the Canadian and audio or the French audio because it is not gonna be all that good. But on the plus side, I can actually start making use of my new approach to audio. And guess what I managed to add just for the occasion?
It's got beef, motherfuckers!
Only now that at the beef we have going on is the ability to watch a game versus the stupidity that is flow. That's the only difference. Is see, that's just so this game's about to get underway here. Oh, okay. So the way this works is different. So I'm gonna have to rely on the for the actual. So we do actually have video, but at least now I can reveal the stuff that goes on. So for this, in that goal for the Ghost Pirates is Vinny Purpura, and then for the Lions is Benjamin Gaudreau. Since these are two teams I selected to cover playing against each other, this will count as an appearance for both, as this is their fourth appearance each. So, it just sucks that there is no road feed for this particular game. I'm stuck with I'm stuck with Canadian French for a broadcast, but at least I can try to make use of my newfound format. That is this thing. Let me actually make sure the game's actually rolling. Lock is dropped, so it is officially underway. So the ECHL website on here don't do squat. So I'm having to go onto the good old trusty phone for this. We're gonna have to go to good old reliable phone stuff for this. But internet And as I said earlier, for the Ghost Pirates is Vinny Purpura. For the Lions is Benjamin Gaudreau. And the Lions are wearing their red jerseys this time. Opening up the new year with some hockey, because why not? Wonder if any of the refs know how to speak French. Probably be what they have to do for these games. Make sure they have a head ref that can speak French. Because that'll totally make sense. As we're already going to have a penalty against the Pirates. Right off the gate. It's a penalty against the Pirates. And it's to Dennis Savannah for high sticking. That was quick. So now it'll be a power play opportunity for the Lions. As we thankfully didn't have to deal with that many kinds of technical issues before the game would even start. That was almost a shorthander for the Pirates, but it didn't go through. It was saved by Gaudreau. Lions trying to capitalize. Pressure on the puck. Trying to find their opening. They're struggling. They're struggling to find it. It went straight into the glove of Purpura. Yeah, I think I'm actually about due to cut my fingernails again. Maybe some toenails too. So we'll be doing some double up duty here. But I'll still be paying attention to the game here as much as possible. Sucks that it has to be the French audio instead of, well, the French broadcast for the Lions broadcast. Sucks. But that's what I have to deal with. But hey, that's why we got websites here, right? Right, guys? That's why we got websites here. But time is running down on the penalty. Lions in the Pirate zone. Take the shot. They get it in. They managed to get the power play goal. I wish I had added a horn sound effect for this. I'll know for next. I'll know for going forward to try and make it more entertaining. That's a power play goal for the Lions. And it was to Derek Louis Jean. Or is it Louis Jean? Who cares at this point? We butcher everything around here anyway. Derek Louis Jean able to strike quickly to get the Lions on the board. And this is not the first game they play against each other in this series. I think this is like number 2 of the series. And I don't remember if they play another game tomorrow or not. But that's not for me to figure out right now. Because I gotta get ready for tomorrow as well. But I am using a new. But yeah, I basically got myself some longer audio cords to make use of, so I can actually wear while I have the flexibility to move around a little more. But I also just got my little replacement, and for the thing that gives me more USB ports. Started putting that to use. Hopefully this one lasts has a good long ways. Hopefully. And I think these audio cords are supposed to be about 6 feet. If I'm not mistaken. About 6 feet. I think. I forget sometimes. I think that one went out of play. You can definitely tell Flo is having technical difficulties. And now we're getting a Lion player sent to the penalty box. I think that's going to be for delay of game. I think they're going to catch him for delay of game. Because I'm pretty sure the puck went out of play. Yep, it was to Benjamin Gaudreau, the goalie, for delay of game. So for those that don't know, the goalie cannot serve the penalty. They have to send a player or as to use as a weapon. Which is why there's a different player in the box than the goalie. Goalies cannot serve the penalty. However, they can still get ejected as per guidelines. So it was against, but yeah, it is what I figured. It was for delay of game. So the Pirates will get a chance on the power play themselves and try to look for whatever opening they can. They couldn't get it through that time. But it does remain in the Lion zone. Interesting how things play out. That one was almost a turnover. That one almost went in, but they're still going to stay in bounds. Now was on that little rebound there. And how lovely. How lovely is it for the feed to keep jacking up? So let's see if they show the replay of how it actually happens. Oh, there it is. crapped out over a pirate goal. It crapped out over a pirate goal. Thanks, Dingus. Now I'm late on it. This is why I hate Flo. But it's a power play goal for Bryce Brozinski. So next time, don't even try to. So next time, stop jacking it up. Oh, I hate it when it jacks up like that. It makes my job harder than it needs to be. It really does make my job harder. But it is a 1-1 tie. So that little hiccup set aside. That one was almost a goal again, but it's not going to go through. And those are some quick goals, too. Like, we're not even past the halfway mark of this game yet, and both sides have already gotten a goal. I've learned that the way you know it's a good coverage on Flow is when there's about at least 40 to 50, there's a 40 to 50-second delay between that and the app. I've learned that. But there is gonna be a see here, and there is gonna be a penalty against Alliance. They got Andrew Coxhead for high sticking. So the Pirates are gonna go right back on the power play. I will say the playoff field for the NFL is looking kind of fucky. Just whoever wins between the Seahawks and 49ers is going to get the 1 seed. And the 49ers could fall as low as 6. if they lose and the Rams win. So there is quite a bit going on. Is that safe? Or is that gonna go? No! Oh, it was saved. It wouldn't go in. It would not go in. And oh, what's this? Oh, I just now noticed that for Andrew Cox that he got a double minor. So if even if the Pirates get the power play goal, they only save off half of it. Because there must have been blood. But speaking of Pirates, they can't seem to get anything going. But seriously, look at that playoff fielding. The Rams went 500 against everyone in the NFC South. So they're probably gonna struggle if they. So there's a chance they'll struggle quite a bit if they have to play either the Panthers or the Bucks in the first round. They probably would rather. They probably think it'd be in their best interest to play them, but who knows? It's also random for the AFC North to even get out of the first round. They're doomed regardless. Because the Ravens don't look good, the Steelers don't look good. Standard is standard, everybody. By the way, half the power play's over. So you know. Pirates with the puck. Looking to line up a shot. They can't. It's taken back by the Lions. Who can't seem to who can't seem to get anything lined up. They're forced to go backwards. It is Lions with the puck, and there is a penalty coming up. As the net is empty, and this penalty is going to be against the Pirates. They're going to let play go on. And there's the blown whistle. So the Pirates are going to lose their power play. They're going to have to spin almost half. And we got ourselves a fight there near the benches. It's players going at it there. And gloves are off. Got stuff going here. We got beef going on here at the benches. We got beef going on. fireworks are exploding. I wonder how they're gonna sort all this out. So the penalty was already called before the whistle was blown, and then and then that all occurred right after the whistle was blown. Now you got two players going into the box. Oh, it's one for each side. I wonder if wonder what they'll at least get the two for fighting. I think, but we had to have some fireworks right in front of the goalie too. Right in front of the goalie, right there at the benches. Right there. Man, I would love to see that replay. Oh, how that all transpired. So a lot of things to sort out here. What, man? Well, they guess they wanted to make up for the technical difficulties from what was going on earlier. We're still having some talks here. So they must be relaying they must be trying to. Alright, and here's the full penalty report. So they got so they got the initial penalty on Dennis Sisana for roughing, and then Drevich and we had Logan Drevich and Tommy Cormier trying to go at it. They only got double minors. They almost actually went at it with a full on brawl. I wonder if I wonder what will spark that. Those almost looked like they were gonna get into a full on brawl. I mean, surprised surprised that wasn't even a fight. But it'll be but the initial penalty is against in Setsana. So that's gonna be what gets served. The other two are not gonna be allowed to come out until the whistle is blown. So close to half of the Pirates penalty is going to be a 4-on-4, with the other half being a power play for the Lions. Given that these two teams have already played each other earlier in the week, can't say it's surprised that there's some fireworks going on now. Man, I'm glad I added that little beef thing when I did. And here comes the end of the Lions penalty. So they'll now be on the power play for about a minute. Had technical difficulties? Start a fight! That's the hockey way! But the Lions are kind of struggling on this power play here. So this one is just going to be killed off. Both teams are now back at full strength. And all that's left that's being served are the double minors. They'll come out on the first whistle after their 4 minutes are up. I can only imagine just how much more crazy things could have gotten. But that penalty is just going to be saved. Well, the shot is going to be saved, I mean. As they do call another penalty on the Pirates, it's Tristan Amonte for slashing. But you can see what I mean by having more space to work with here. It will be a power play for the Lions again. Not easy trying to cut toenails in a lack of light. Not easy. Especially when you're trying to focus on a game too. Not easy. Yeah, that was like into a love. You have no idea how hard it is to do these things. It's kind of hard to do toenails and watch this. This thing ain't exactly easy to do because you can miss a goal at a moment's notice. There's another clear. Hmm. You can tell I'm trying here. And given where the puck is, it's probably going to end the power play chances. Yep. And I guess offsides. What's the call? It's the only call I can think of. Really, the only call I can think of. And there's a save. And I would assume that that at least I know at least the NHL goes on break whenever there's an Olympics. But I don't know about AHL or ECHL. I would think it would be universal. I would think. Granted, their players aren't the ones being sent over, but still. And more saves. And, oh, players almost tried to go at it again. Players almost tried to go at it there. It's crazy to think. Wonder how long before we have to get a full-on brawl. Because we almost had it. We're in the final, and now it's the final minute of the first period. Time winding down. Nobody can get through the net. Time stops with 19.6 seconds. They're just gonna keep playing. Not much time. And that is going to be how the first period ends. And it'll be. And we're tied at one apiece. Good. We're tied at one apiece. Now I can actually focus in on finishing this here that I've been trying to do. Maybe even get some rushing done. So that's it for the first period. As I need to refresh my voice here. I definitely need to refresh my voice. But I am gonna also take care of some other stuff. We'll be back. Ooh. All right. We're all good now. It's all good now. Everything's all ready to go. Just been one of those crazy game times. Definitely a way to kick off the year. Just been rather quiet a little bit. I'll still be trying to keep track. You know what would be crazy? If they just come out of the locker room and suddenly, boom, there's beef. Could you imagine how quick that would be? Just doing his emotions here. Come to think about it, I could use this downtime. I could use some of this time to go through something else. Do some random stuff on this other laptop here. Why not? I, I might as well do something. I'll still be trying to pay attention to the game, obviously, but I ain't listening to French. I ain't listening to French. I got a feed I can make use of right here. Um, okay, so Well, now we get ourselves the second period. Let me do this real quick. There we go. Pirates already taking it right back. That was off the net. I wonder how some of this stuff would be. See. I'm trying to. So I think I got to finish responding, but there. Think they were gonna try to call icing. So well, somebody lost their stick out there, but it is picked back up. Lines it with the puck. It might as well just be. Oh, it's called an icing. I wonder if any of these players, probably Drevage, would be an emotional Miss Piggy. Well, they can't even get a puck drop right here, apparently. But we're still trying to cover a game. Well, they actually allowed that curve. Savannah with the puck. It should have blocked. The thing is actually ended up in the net of Gardro. Huh. So, let's see. Pirates trying to. Well, they're going to play Lions out the puck now. They're advancing it. Well, oh, there's just so much back and forth going on at this point. So, puck is stopped. Think they're. I don't know if it. Um, they haven't done much of a good job at trying to figure out what they're doing, and the players haven't. They can't, and we're bad to not being able to drop a puck properly. See, it's hard to keep track of who has the puck. Well, there's the puck loose. They've just been letting them play. Maybe we'll get something actually going here. Or in a moment here. Maybe. Maybe. Hmm. Is there anything gonna happen finally? Or okay. Lions are actually maintaining possession right now. Or looking for their opening. And a bad pass forces them to reset. Da, da, da. Where's the puck? Well, apparently it was covered up. Huh. So who's gonna be the lucky one to actually be successful at scoring more goals? Somebody has to be a winner. And so maybe the Lions will get a chance. No, that shot is gonna be wide. And that shot is saved. So, Lions had a chance. It went wide. Pirates got a shot. It was saved because of the face-off. And after some friendly fire dripping. Pirates with the puck. Trying to get, trying to ma- maintain something. Try to get in. Shot's blocked and that hits the net. Eh, There's a, well, there's the icing call. And okay, so I guess and also guess we got some interesting calls here. They just can't get a puck up going consistently now. Well, nobody can. Oh, is this gonna be the chance? Nope. And that's saved. Nobody can get the puck in the net. Nobody can get it in. No, really, really can't. They really can't seem to actually get anything going. Er, well, we had a player who lost their stick. It fires with the puck. Shot. That went straight into the net of Gardro. Like, that just went straight into the glove. He just went straight into the glove. Like, hey, oh, hey, thank you for the puck, buddy. Thank you for the puck, buddy. Yeah, they're not. There's definitely been some back and forth of like boringness here. Another one that went into the glove of the goalie. Sure, they're not giving me much of anything to talk about here. See him? Are they? It's just been hard to try to find some pinpointing moments. They just kept turning. They keep turning the puck over and not capitalizing. Speaking of not capitalizing, that wasn't able to actually be capitalized. Can it, can anybody actually do anything? Puck is still going. Play's been going for a good bit. And we're still fighting it back and forth. Player actually trips himself. Okay. Now they actually finally end. As there's actually a penalty against the Lions. Flag below. Ryan McLeod gets sent to the penalty box on a roughing call. But they're not exactly giving me much to work with here. Jeez. Yeah, this has not been that great of a power play attempt for the Pirates. Every time they keep setting themselves up for a chance, it just gets messed up. And that was almost a shorthander from the Lion, but they couldn't get it. See if the Pirates can do anything here. Or just. And now the Pirates are able to make turnover, more turnover, and more turnover, and more turnover. And they keep turning it over. There's it for the penalty. And there'll be a media timeout coming up. There's lions definitely have their way with their cameras. So, well, the play's going on, you darn camera. Aren't you gonna show it, idiot? Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around what the play for either of these teams are. They're not giving me much of anything to talk about here. Maybe I should start doing what I was doing earlier. Just, just maybe just start talking about while I'm watching through. So, can anybody even do anything? It's been rather mild, and it doesn't help that the broadcast is always being cookie, and they can't. Well, Lions can't get the puck in the net at because Purple was just right there. Stop them. And it's just crazy to think how much the second period has been rather boring. Are they gonna call that penalty? Wait, what? Here we go. There's yourselves a fight right there. There we go. Ourselves some
Got beef,
retaliation stuff.
motherfuckers!
So that one is definitely a penalty. I think they were gonna call an initial penalty, and obviously one of the players didn't like it, so they went over or just wanted to fight. Oh yeah, he did not. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is definitely getting a retaliation effort, or in the form of a fight there. Of course, they're doing media timeout. Well, we got ourselves our fight. Just crazy to think. Really crazy, ain't it? Just, man, I can't wait to see the penalty counts. See who it was that got the fight. They're gonna have to show them. They're gonna have to show those penalties. It's just crazy to think. Yep, there it is. So the full count. Oh, dang it! There was only so. Oh, there it is. So they got the initial penalty against. So they got the initial penalty against and Emmett Serenis for interference. They got the initial penalty for that there. But he also got 5 minutes for fighting. And it was Josh Davies who came in with the retaliation, and it's 2 minutes. And it was a 2 minute instigating for his fight. But you could tell he was going to retaliate for it. Just crazy. And they are going to call another penalty. This time it's against Noah Carroll for the fire. They're going to get him on the high stick. So there will actually be a power play for the Lions. Man, never thought I'd actually end up having to see something like this. Oh, the Lions can't get into the net yet or anytime. Man, this game has been and weird in ways. There have been fireworks. There have not been fireworks. And apparently there's some stuff that's going on. They're saying there might have been a penalty. This is such a set of circumstances for the second period. I want to know what's actually going on here. And I'm guessing there's some choice words being given out. And are they actually gonna kick somebody? Did they kick out the coach? Is that what I heard there? Did they kick out the coach or something? Did they kick somebody out? The heck is going on here? I would like to know what kinds of words were exchanged. Would have been nice if there was a road broadcast. I'm wondering if one of the coaches actually got the boot. I don't get it. There had to have been some words exchanged. There's no other way around it. I would like to know if the coach actually got the boot. I mean, it's just hard to. It looked as if they might get somebody else, but I don't know. Would be nice if I saw something. See, there's some back and forth stuff here. That is. Look, play continues. Hmm. This penalty is actually gonna go to the Lions' favor. So that's it for the virus penalty. You know, it's interesting how we get all this action here, but I end up having to hear about MC Hammer, who had one notable song got bankrupt shortly afterwards. At least that's what I would think happened. But no scoring really occurred at this point for the game. There's the save. And players grouped up. Yeah, honestly, don't think anybody's gonna try to get a goal in any time. Hey, cameraman sucks at doing his job right now. Okay, here it is. So there was a player that got given all right, so there was actually a player that got sent to the locker room. It was Nicholas Savannah for the Ghost Pirates. He got hit with a 10-minute misconduct for what was going on there at the benches. So that's what it was. That's what the holdup was. But at least I now know it was. It was a 10-minute misconduct aimed at Nicholas Zabanin. So he had to go to locker room for the for a good bit. Nobody scored any goals in that period, which means we still got one more to go. Something's bound to give. So quite the interesting thing stuff transpire. Well, aside from that, some of the late final 5 minutes, aside from those like final 5 minutes there, it was a pretty boring second period. Hmm. I could definitely say that second period was mostly a waste of time. Yeah, definitely weird for the Colors. Yeah, I mean, if you say some of these, this video, other series I'm watching here is way more interesting. Man, Yeah, it's just crazy how I just go through some train records videos and just be fun. Yeah, I think I actually need to go get myself another drink of water. I probably need it at this point. Even though it was a boring intermission. Oof. Then the tree was questioning the whole thing about Winter Classic. Good point. What's the point of the Winter Classic if it takes place in an indoor stadium? And apparently the roof can open, but still doesn't answer the question. Watch the one in Tampa take place in St. Petersburg, the old Tropicana. That's going to be outdated. Just watch, it'll happen. You know it will. Now I need to throw this away. So kept on juggling. Yeah, I imagine with how much this game is falling apart. I can imagine everyone else just kept on doodling. Just da, 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 da. Imagine having to go through 5 books just to memorize somebody. Yeah, sounds about right. Mm. So here we are for the final 20 minutes. Somebody has to win here. Oh man, Tree is just being Tree once again. Man, we're not even talking about the game at this point. It was derailed from the moment the technical difficulties began, and it just haven't gone back ever since. Oh man. Hey Croc. Hey Croc, make the Ravens lose their next game on Sunday. Croc, make them wear an Eagles jersey. As an AI, I can't force wardrobe changes, but imagine this. You're an AJ rocking a Midnight Green Eagles jersey, looking confused amid this Penguins gear. Plot twist for a Steelers fan. What's next? Rock would have made a change if they wanted to put me in a bikini. I just threw up in my mouth. Ugh, man. Man, we went way off the rails here. Are we even talking about the exact same thing anymore? I don't know, because this game hasn't really gone all that well. And we do have to get a penalty call. Connor Gregor for the Pirates gets called for a high stick. There's like three Pirates players in the penalty box. Ugh. Yeah, and nothing's really going all that well for the penalty. Um, just crazy to think. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to update the penalty thing. Oops. There we go. So Yeah, it's just back to the typical stuff here. Nothing to worry about here. No worry, nothing to worry about. Just back to the normal stuff here. But imagine a song about divorce being a highlight on some on a not good send off. Yeah, forgot about the legends of Pony and Span. So there is another penalty. Evan Now's for hooking. Man, they really need. Man, the Lions are really trying. Getting the means to win, aren't they? Granted, some of these players do it to themselves, but still. Can only imagine how many words that dog's able to put together. Yeah, that's not no capitalization on that penalty. Yeah, really. Yeah, I've just been doing my own thing. This is probably one of the most boring streams I've had in a bit. Not gonna lie. Yeah, dude's weirdo. I'm yeah, it we had our early fireworks, but there have been some sporadic ones, and yeah, it's not that great of a sign for a game when I'm focusing on other stuff. Then again, this is a new year. I'm trying to get some kinks out there myself. But hey, at least I know I can actually still do stuff without having to worry about technical difficulties anymore. Yeah, it's just heard. I Yeah, it's just probably it's starting to look as if it might go to overtime. We'll see if this actually ends up going to overtime. Oh, jeez, yeah. Now I'll worry for the ref. But I'm hoping that we get something interesting that comes up in the. I'm hoping. Yeah, we're There towards the final 5 minutes. Hopefully something occurs where this game can be done. So I can act, because I haven't been able to do much anything here. Oh boy. AI generated artist Broken Avenue faces backlash for using stolen album covers from fans, including The Devil Wears Prada, Not Loose, and counterparts on streaming platforms like Spotify. It was discovered and garnered around 120,000 monthly listeners by mimicking authentic band aesthetics without permission. Great. Uh, why? Just I really hate it when I see stuff saying that just shows it being exploited. Like, I don't mind AI, but I don't like it being exploited by means like this. It's just why. But wow, that was quite the save. That one almost went in. But yeah, it's looking more and more like this is gonna go into overtime. Yeah, we should be getting closer and closer to the end at this point. We should be, I think. 255. Maybe I'm actually allowed to pay more attention now. They're not going to call a penalty on there. They're going to let play go on. Lions with the puck. Think we might actually be able to pay attention for once amidst all this. Well, Lions are forced to clear. But they're looking for the opening now. I'm trying to finally focus on this for once, and I hear that there's a song called Tippy Toes. Lovely. I'm just wondering if this game gonna end in regulation. It's not looking like it. Could go to overtime. They actually finally, somebody actually finally scored. It's the Pirates. Somebody actually finally scored. Pirates managed to get on the board. I was wondering about that. I take my eyes off, and it finally goes in. Ryan Sullivan manages to get it through the net. With 41 seconds left. We finally got something, folks. And so we get the battle. I think they're just gonna go. No, they can't. They're stopping the time. So this game might actually end in regulation. You can't believe it. So I guess they would try to go for the extra attacker. They do, but it's gonna be all in vain. That last minute occurrence is what ends up securing the game for the Pirates. I'm surprised they actually ended like this. Now I'm gonna hurry and get out of here. With how boring it's been. At least I can finally get away from this. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, travel safely.